Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sir Mark Laroya. Here in this video, I will be doing the LET reviewer or licensure examination for teachers. So sa mga aspiring teachers po natin na nagre-review for LET, ito ay magandang panoorin ninyo. So this will tackle general education, particularly the subject is mathematics. So this is my first video for LET reviewer, set A, 15 items. So let's get it on. For our instructions, we have first, read each question carefully. So basahing maigi yung mga tanong. And then you may pause the video to solve the problem. So you will have enough time to solve the problem, perhaps mga 45 seconds to 1 minute to solve each problem, and then choose the letter of your answer. The solution and answer for each question will be discussed every after the options or choices are already mentioned. So itatalakay o i-discuss paano isolve yung mga problems. Question number 1. What is 65% in fraction? And express that in lowest term. A. 65 over 100. B. 130 over 200. C. 13 over 20. Or D. 26 over 40. So, to solve this problem or question number 1, we have pag kino-convert natin yung isang percentage into fraction, kaya nga siya tinawag na percentage, percent, every 100, part of every 100. So, 65% is 65 over 100. So, yan yung kanyang fraction. Pero, ang sabi dito, kailangan i-express daw natin yung sagot sa lowest term. So, 65 over 100 is not yet our answer. So, 65, our numerator, and 100 is our denominator. So to get the lowest term of this fraction, we have to identify the greatest common factor ng ating dalawang numbers. So 65 and 100. So kung alam natin kung paano kunin ang kanilang greatest common factor or GCF, that would be equal to 5. So the GCF is 5 for 65 and 100. So ang gagawin natin, we will divide both 65 and 100 by 5. So 65 divided by 5 is equal to 13 and 100 divided by 5 is equal to 20. So we will now have 13 over 20. So every time na ginamitan natin ng GCF ang isang fraction, okay, at dinivide natin yung numerator and denominator by the GCF, lagi ang makukuha natin ay ang lowest term ng fraction. So for this one, after nating i-divide by 5 yung 65 and 100, nakuha natin yung 13 over 20. So yun na mismo yung yun na mismo ang lowest term ng ating fraction. So the answer here is letter C, 13 over 20. So I hope nakuha nyo ang first question natin. So that will be a good start. So let's move on with our question number 2. Question number 2. What is 12 over 15 divided by 2 over 5? A. 24 over 75. B. 4. C. 4 over 5. Or D. 2. Now, in dividing fractions, we have to identify alin ba ang ating dividend and ano ang ating divisor. The dividend is the one that is the one to be divided. So that is 12 over 15. At yung divisor is the one that divides the dividend. So that is 2 over 5. So you have 12 over 15 divided by 2 over 5. Now, in dividing fractions, ang gagawin lang po natin, we will use the same value for our dividend. So 12 over 15, this time, it will be multiplied by the reciprocal of our divisor. So, imumultiply yung dividend sa reciprocal ng divisor. So, ibig sabihin, this will become 12 over 15 multiplied by 5 over 2. So, yung reciprocal, pinagpalit natin yung numerator at denominator ng pwesto. Yung numerator naging denominator at yung denominator naging numerator para sa divisor. So, you have now 12 over 15 times 5 over 2. So, multiplying fractions, we will multiply both numerators and then the denominator. So, we will now have 12 times 5 is 60, and for the denominator, we have 15 times 2, you have 30. So, the product will be 60 over 30. But that is actually the quotient of 12 over 15 divided by 2 over 5. So, ito yung sagot natin. Pero, we have to express this in simplest form o yung lowest term natin. 60 over 30 is simply equal to 2. So, our answer here will be letter D, 2. So, I hope nakuha nyo pa rin yung ating sagot sa question number 2. So, again, very good. And let's move on with question number 3. Question number 3. In a village with 500 families, 35% are non-subscribers of Star Cable. How many families are subscribers of Star Cable? A. 175, B. 325, C. 65, or D. 35. So we are asked to get the number of subscribers of Star Cable. Ang given ay yung 500 families, yun yung kabuuan na meron sa village. At yung 35% ay mga non-subscribers. So to get the number of subscribers of Star Cable, you have total families minus the non-subscribers. So kailangan ma-identify muna natin ilan ba yung 35% na yon na non-subscribers out of 500 families. So to get the number of non-subscribers, you have the total number of families, that is 500, multiplied by 0.35. So we multiply the number kapag percentage, gagamitin natin yung kanyang equivalent value sa decimal. So 35% is 0.35. To get that 35 divided by 100, makuha nyo 0.35. So we multiply 500 by 0.35. So that means our non-subscribers will be 175. They are the non-subscribers of Star Cable. So meron na tayo ngayong non-subscribers, gagamitin natin yan doon sa formula ng number of subscribers. So we have for subscribers, that is simply 500 minus 175, and it will give us a value of 325. 325 families is the number of subscribers ng Star Cable. So, aside from this solution, meron din tayong alternative solution. So, our alternative solution can also be yung subscribers natin can be solved using this. So, yung kabuuan na 100% minus the 35% yung non-subscribers, ibig sabihin, yung subscribers natin is simply 65%. Or in decimal, that is 0.65. To get the number of subscribers, you simply multiply 500 by 0.65, and then you will also get 325 families. So that is how you solve problems na katulad nito na involve ang percentage at yung total. Okay? So I hope you got this one right and good for you so far. So nakuha na ba natin yung mga tamang sagot dyan? So move tayo sa question number 4. Question number 4. Mario spends a quarter of the day sleeping. How many hours does he sleep every day? A. 6, B 4, C 8, D 12. So, ito daw ay hinahanap natin yung number of hours na nakakatulog or natutulog si Mario sa isang araw, a quarter of the day. So, remember that there are 24 hours a day. Kapag sinabi naman nating quarter, it means 1/4 or it can also be 25%. So, what we will do now is to get the quarter of 24, we multiply 24 by 1/4. So, 24 times 1/4 or 1/4, that will give us 24/4. So, 24/4 is also the same as 6. So, our answer here is letter A, 6. So, Mario spends 6 hours sleeping every day. Question number 5. What is the least common multiple of 6, 10, and 12? A, 2, B, 24, C, 30, or D, 60. So when we say least common multiple, ito yung tinatawag din nating LCM. Ito yung multiple na kung saan common sa tatlong numbers natin. Now, ano ba yung multiple? For example, the multiples of 6. Ito yung mga number na kung saan 6 ay factor ng mga numbers na ito. So, the multiples of 6 are the following. Yung first 10 multiples niya ay yung 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and 60. So, yan ang mga multiples of 6. First 10 multiples of 6. Now, the next one for 10, the multiples of 10 are the following. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So these are the multiples of 10. And for the 12, the multiples of 12 are 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, and 120. So, kinuha natin yung first 10 multiples ng 6, 10, and 12. Then you will notice na ang common sa kanilang tatlo na multiple ay yung 60. At yun ang pinakamababang multiple na common sa kanilang tatlo. So, 60 is our least common multiple. So, our answer here is letter D, 60. Pero, may solution tayo para makuha natin yung LCM. No? So, we will be using the prime factors for each of the numbers 6, 10, and 12, or gagamitin natin ang tinatawag nating prime factorization. So, for 6, you have 6 is equal to 2 times 3. So, mapapansin natin yung factors ng 6, 2, and 3, they are all prime numbers. For 10, you have 2 and then times 5. So, bakit magkalayo yan? Kasi mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo yung mga common factors ng mga numbers natin ng 6, 10, and 12. And for 12, you have 2 times 3 times 2. So, these are the prime factors of 6, 10, and 12. Now, kung mapapansin ninyo, may isang 2 na common sa 6, 10, and 12 pagtatapatin natin yan. At yan ay magiging isa. Ganun din yung common na factor ni 6 and 12, yung 3, pag-iisahin din natin yan. At yung mga natitira, 2 and 5. Now, yung mga pinag-isa natin, yung common sa kanila ay magiging isa lang yan. So, to get the value of our LCM, so, this 2 here, 2, 2, 2 will become 1. Kaya ito na siya. Times yung 3 will also become 1, 3. And then the remaining numbers 2 and 5. 2 times 3 times 2 times 5. That will give us 60. So that is how we get the least common multiple. So our answer here is letter D, 60. The least common multiple. Moving on with question number 6. What is the greatest common factor of 16, 24, and 40? A. 8, B. 12, C. 240, or D. 4. Now, to get the greatest common factor o yung GCF, we can also use the prime factorization. So, these are the prime factors ng 16, 24, and 40. Since we are looking for the greatest common factor, we will simply look at the common factors na meron sa kanilang tatlo. And then you will notice sa kanilang prime factors, you have 3 2's or tatlong number 2 na common as factors. So, to get the GCF, so that is simply yung tatlong 2 na common sa kanilang tatlo, that is 2 times 2 times 2, and that will give us 8. So the greatest common factor of 16, 24, and 40 is 8. So our answer is letter A, 8. Now, next, so ang GCF natin dito ay yung 8. Na try din natin ngayon sagutan ano naman yung kanilang LCM o yung least common multiple. So you have now 3 2's. So ito na yung tatlong 2's natin o tatlong 2 natin. Yung natitira natin, meron pa tayong isa pang 2, 3, and 5. Idadagdag lang natin yon. So another 2 times 3 times 5, that will give us 240. So ang GCF ay 8, pero ang kanyang least common multiple. Question number 7. 1 over 5 plus 1 over 4 is equal to A. 2 over 9, B. 2 over 20, C. 1 over 10, or D. 9 over 20. Now, in adding the similar fractions, we should use the LCD. Pag sinabi nating dissimilar fractions, these are fractions with different denominators. So, nakikita natin 1 over 5 at 1 over 4, magkaiba ang kanilang denominators. So, in adding dissimilar fractions, kailangan daw gamitan ng LCD or least common denominator. Pag sinabi nating least common denominator, ito lang yung parang pinaka-least common multiple ng ating mga denominators. So, our denominators are 5 and 4. So, ano ba yung least common ano ba yung least common multiple ng 5 and 4? That is 20. So 20 will be our LCD. Now, 20 is our LCD. Ang gagawin natin, 20 divided by 5, our first denominator. So 20 divided by 5 is equal to 4. And then multiply that by the numerator ng fraction na yon, 1. So you will have 4. And then the operation plus 20, this time divided by the second denominator 4, that is 5, times its numerator 1, and that will give us again 5. So, napunta ngayon sa numerator natin yung dalawang sagot natin na 4 and 5. So, 4 plus 5 all over 20, that will give us an answer of 9 over 20. So, 9 over 20, wala na tayong common factor para kay 9 at 20. So, ibig sabihin, yan na yung ating simplest form o yung lowest term natin. So, our answer here is letter D, 9 over 20. We are now in question number 8. Determine the median of the data 9, 4, 7, 14, 13, 7, and 16. A. 10, B. 7, C. 9, D. 12. Now, in this kind of data, kailangan to determine our median, kailangan i-arrange natin yung ating data o yung values natin. Arrange the numbers from lowest to highest or vice versa. So dito ang ginawa ko, I arrange this from lowest to highest. So I have 4, 7, 7, 9, 13, 14, and 16. As you notice, our n or the number of our sample is 7. We have 7 numbers. So, in determining the median, we have to know or identify yung location ng ating median para malaman natin ano yung value ng ating median. So to get the location of our median, if our n is an odd number, so our n is 7, it is an odd number, that is, the location of the median will be n plus 1 all over 2. So gagamitin natin yung value ng n. So the location of our median will be 7 plus 1, that is 8, divided by 2 equals 4. So 4 means the fourth number. So in our data, our fourth number after arranging them from lowest to highest is 9. So the median is 9. So our answer here is letter C, 9. So, I hope nakuha nyo itong sagot sa number 8. And so far, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well and nangangalahati na tayo. Okay? So, let us now proceed with our next question. Question number 9. Determine the mean of 9, 4, 7, 14, 13, 7, and 16. A, 10. B, 7. C, 9, D, 12. So, in determining the mean, okay lang kahit hindi na natin i-arrange from lowest to highest or highest to lowest. But this time, ang ginawa ko, since in-arrange ko siya kanina dahil same lang yung ating given katulad ng question number 8, all you have to do is to simply add all of these numbers. And then, we will divide it by our n, which is 7 because we have 7 different numbers or 7 yung ating sample. So our mean now would be 4 plus 7 plus 7 plus 9 plus 13 plus 14 plus 16 divided by 7. So we will get 70 over 7, or that is equal to 10. So mean is also what we call as the average. The mean of this data is 10. So our answer here is letter A, 10. Now, aside from that, let us now determine what we call the mode of our data. Pag sinabi nating mode, alin sa mga yan yung sa ating data ang may pinakamaraming frequency o yung pinakamaraming beses na nag-appear. In our data, we have 7 as our mode kasi yung number 7 ay nag-appear twice. So you have 4, 7, 7, 9, 13, 14, 16. Pag sinabi nating mode, siya yung pinakamaraming frequency sa data. So you have 7. Since isa ang ating mode sa ating data dahil siya lang yung nag-iisang number na nag-appear ng pinakamaraming beses, pwede nating sabihin that our data is unimodal. Kapag naman dalawa ang modes or modes, bimodal. Kapag tatlo, trimodal. So in this case, we have a unimodal data. And then we also have what we call the range, the highest minus the lowest value. So range is simply the difference between the highest and lowest. So the highest value is 16 and the lowest is 4. So our range here is 12. So that is your mean, mode, and range. We are now at question number 10. The fraction halfway between 5 over 12 and 11 over 12 is blank. A, 16 over 12. B, 4 over 3. C, 2 over 3. Or D, 1 over 2. Pag sinabi nating halfway between two numbers, ito yung kanilang average o yung the value between the two numbers. So, in getting the average of two numbers, we simply add and then divide it by 2. Or, we add and multiply it by 1/2. So, ganun din ang gagawin natin sa dalawang fractions na ito. So first, what we will do is we're going to add the two fractions, 5 over 12 plus 11 over 12. Since they are similar fractions, meaning same ang kanilang denominator, we will just be using the same denominator. So all you have to do is to add both 5 and 11, the numerator, so you will get 16, and then use the same denominator. So you have now 16 over 12. So after that, we will multiply that with 1 half, or we divide it by 2. So ang ginawa ko dito ay multiply 16 over 12 yung ating sum by 1 half. Or ang ginawa ko muna, pwede rin naman, sinimplify ko muna yung 16 over 12 into 4 over 3 by dividing both numerator and denominator by 4 dahil yun na kailang GCF. So 4 over 3 will now be multiplied to 1 half. So that is 4 over 6. So yung 4 over 6, again, pwede pa natin siyang isimplify. The GCF between of 4 and 6 is 2. So divide both numerator and denominator by 2. I will have 2 over 3. So our answer here is letter C, 2 over 3. That is the fraction halfway between 5 over 12 and 11 over 12. Meron din tayong alternative solution. Pwede rin yung 16 over 12, yun ang i-multiply natin sa 1 half. So hindi muna natin sinimplify siya into 4 over 3. You will have 16 over 24. So 16 over 24, yung GCF ng 16 and 24 ay 8. So divide both numerator and denominator by 8. You will also get 2 over 3. So that is our answer, letter C, 2 over 3. So we are down to our last 5 questions. So this is our question number 11. Determine the area of a rectangular lot with a length of 12 meters and a width of 5 meters. A. 17 square meters. B. 34 square meters. C. 240 square meters. Or D. 60 square meters. Now, this is our representation ng ating rectangular lot or the rectangle. You have the length of 12 meters and the width of 5 meters. In determining the area of our rectangle, we simply multiply the length by its width. So all you have to do is to substitute the values doon sa formula ng area ng ating rectangle. So the area of our rectangular lot will be 5 or 12 meters multiplied by 5 meters. So the area of the rectangular lot will be 60 square meters. Take note na kapag area ang hinahanap, ang unit ay square meters. Kung meters ang ginamit na unit for the length. Okay? So that is 60 square meters. So our answer is D, 60 square meters. So I hope you got this one right. And sana okay pa kayo dyan at tama ang mga nakuha ninyong sagot. And let us move on with our next question. For question number 12, we have the same given, but this time we're going to determine the perimeter of the rectangular lot. Is it A, 17 meters, B, 34 meters, C, 240 meters, or D, 60 meters? And again, this is our rectangle na may length na 12 meters at yung width niya is 5 meters. Now, kapag perimeter naman ang hinahanap, ang gagawin lang natin, ipag-add natin yung length plus width and again, the other length and the other width o yung apat na sides ng ating rectangle. So that means the perimeter of the rectangle is equal to twice of the length plus twice of the width. Ganun lang kasimple. So, in getting the perimeter of the rectangle, you multiply the length by 2 plus, again, width multiplied by 2. So, you have 2 times 12 plus 2 times 5. You will have 34 meters. So, the perimeter of our rectangle is 34 meters. Pag pinag-add mo lang naman silang lahat, 12 plus 5 plus again 12 and plus 5 again, you will have 34. So, our answer here for this question is letter B, 34 meters. For question number 13, in rolling a die, what is the probability of getting an even number? A, 1 over 6, B, 1 over 2, C, 6 over 6, or D, 2 over 3. So kapag nag-roll daw tayo ng die or dice, ano daw yung chance na makakuha tayo ng even number? So sa die or dice, meron tayong 6 numbers or yung 6 na pwedeng posibleng lumabas kapag nag-roll ka. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Ibig sabihin, 6 yung possible na lumabas kapag nag-roll ka ng die. So, sabi dito, ano yung probability or chance na ang makukuha mo ay even number? So, ilan ba yung even number dito sa 6 probable yung possible outcome natin? So, you have 2, 4, and 6. So, meron tayong 3 possible even numbers na pwedeng lumabas or maging outcome out of 6. So, the probability of getting an even number would be 3 out of 6 possible outcomes. Those 3 are 2, 4, and 6. So, the probability is 3 over 6, but still you have to convert that into simplest form o yung lowest term natin, that is 1/2. So, the probability of getting an even number in rolling a die is 1/2. So, our answer is letter B, 1/2. Our second to the last question, question number 14. If 16 or 40% of the class are boys, how many are girls? A, 36, B, 20, C, 40, D, 24. So dito, gagamitin naman natin yung concept ng percentage and then we will determine the number of girls sa klase. Ang given lang ay yung 16 na boys at yun ay 40%. So, if 16 is 40% or 0.4 of the class, kailangan makuha muna natin yung size ng class o yung total number of students, combination ng boys at girls. To determine the class or the number of all students, 16 can be divided by 0.4 o yung 40% para makuha natin yung total size ng class natin, yung number of all students. So, 16 divided by 0.4, that will give us 40. So, 40 is the total number of students sa class. So, 40 yung total natin, 16 doon ay boys. So, to determine the number of girls, you subtract 40 by 16 and then you will get 24. So, that means there are 24 girls in the class. So, our answer here is letter D, 24. Or we can also have an alternative solution. Yung 40% kapag kinonvert natin yan sa fraction is also equal to 2 over 5. Yan yung lowest term na fraction ng 40%. Now, kung kasi hindi natin magamit yung calculator na 16 divided by 0.4, magkamali tayo, ito yung pwede natin gawin. So, using 2 over 5, so, to get the number of all students, you divide 16 by 2 over 5. So again, kapag nagdi-divide tayo ng fraction, ginagawa natin, minumultiply natin yung number by the reciprocal of the divisor. So, this is the same as 16 times 5 over 2. So, 16 times 5 is 80 divided by 2. That will give you 40. So, that is the number of all students. So, again, to get the number of girls, 40 minus 16, that will give you 24. So for this second to the last question, our answer is letter D, 24. And now we're down to our last question. This is question number 15. In an 80-item exam, what is the passing score if the passing rate is 75%? A 40, B 50, C 60, or D 70? So, we have the given 80-item exam, yun yung total niya, 80. At naalam natin kung ano yung passing score, kung ang passing rate daw ay 75. So, to determine the passing score, you simply multiply 80 by the equivalent value of 75% into decimal, which is 0.75. So, 80 times 0.75, that will give you 60. So 60 is the passing score kapag ang number of items natin ay 80 at ang passing rate ay 75. So our answer here is 60. But then, pwede rin natin gawin, okay, if you don't want to use multiplication ng decimal, yung 75% sa fraction is also equivalent to 3/4. Tandaan nyo po yan. Ang 75% is 3/4 or 3 over 4. So, ibig sabihin, you can multiply 80 by 3 over 4 to determine the passing score, okay, given that the passing rate is 75%, and that will give you 80 times 3 is 240 divided by 4, and that will give you the same answer, which is 60. So, our answer is 60. That is the passing score if the passing rate is 75 out of 80 item exam. So, thank you very much for watching this Let Reviewer video. So, asahan nyo po na susundan ko pa po itong reviewer na ito ng maraming beses pa. Set B, Set C, and so on. Not just for Gen Ed Mathematics, but also for Math Major. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to your friends, classmates, co-teachers, or sa mga kasamahan po ninyo na nagre-review who are who are about to take the let. Okay? So, if you are also teachers na nagtuturo na, you can see more of my math and science lesson videos in my channel. So, tignan nyo lang po doon. So, ayun po. So, kindly share these videos and subscribe to my channel. And see you again next time in my next reviewer videos. Thank you very much and God bless.